The Today Show Plaza in Rockefeller Center buzzed with the crisp energy of an October morning in 2025, golden leaves skittering across the pavement as the iconic glass NBC building loomed like a beacon of broadcast Americana, sunlight glinting off the rainbow NBC Peacock logo etched into the studio windows. Al Roker, the 71-year-old weatherman legend with his booming laugh and a navy blazer stretched over his robust frame, anchored the outdoor set with his trademark blend of folksy charm and no-nonsense nudge, flanked by Savannah Guthrie, sharp in a tailored gray sheath with her prosecutor's poise, Hoda Kotb, radiant in emerald green exuding bubbly warmth, and Craig Melvin, cool in a fitted blue button-down nodding along to the chit-chat. The live audience, a boisterous mix of tourists in, today, teas snapping selfies, local moms with strollers, and media junkies clutching pumpkin spice lattes, roared as the theme music thumped, the air scented with street vendor pretzels and the faint chill of fall fog rolling in from the Hudson. Today's star sighting was pure ratings rocket. Prince Harry, the 41-year-old Duke of Sussex, striding onto the plaza with the rugged resolve of a reformed royal, his athletic build clad in a woolen overcoat over a crisp white shirt, auburn beard neatly trimmed, blue eyes twinkling with that affable edge as he waved to the crowd, his Invictus Games cufflinks catching the light like subtle shields. Harry was there to tease the 2027 Birmingham bid, a homecoming hail laced with memoir musings on mending fractures, already stirring storms with hints of olive branches to the Windsors. The cheers cascaded as he settled into the co-host chair, exchanging hearty handshakes and quick hugs, the cameras zooming on his easy grin, Hoda kicking off with effusive delight. "Harry, welcome to the Plaza, Birmingham for Invictus. How's it feel pitching games on home turf after the Hollywood hustle?" He chuckled, leaning into the mic with disarming Duke drawl, recounting with the trials of adaptive sailing in Santa Barbara, Archie's already captaining pillow forts, drawing belly laughs that echoed off the plaza bricks, Savannah nodding with a smile at the tiny tactician. Craig chimed in, "Man, those stories, inspirational fire. Spill on the venues that'll make magic." But Al, his meteorologist's eye for incoming fronts honed from decades of storm chasing and softballs, sipped his coffee with a subtle smirk, fingers drumming the desk as he clocked the flow, the faint lines of his survivor's story, heart scares, family fortitude, etching his face like weather maps of wisdom. As the segment segued to themes of comeback amid controversy, Al leaned in with his velvet over vigor timbre, his voice a folksy fusion of empathy and edge. "Magic's the word, Harry, Invictus ignites underdogs. But after Spare's stormy spills, family feuds, frostbitten fumbles, does bidding here feel like calming the forecast, or just a passing front?" The front fanned faintly, the crowd leaning in with a soft rumble, Harry's cufflinks clinking as he twisted them thoughtfully, replying with diplomatic depth, "Al, fronts." Spare forecasted the fog, racial rumbles, mental mists. Invictus clears the skies, not stirs storms. The plaza's positivity held at first, but Al's gaze lingered, the air subtly chilling with the undercurrent of unspoken squalls, Frogmore floods, Oprah outflows, producers in the booth tracking the viewer spike. This wasn't mere morning merriment, it was a masterfully masked maelstrom where Roker's resilient realism met Harry's honed heritage, the initial intimacy intimating the ignition that would inflame the interval into infamy. As the weather segment's whimsy waned toward the break, the Today Plaza's peppy pulse began to pound with a pricklier pitch, Al Roker gesturing with grandfatherly gusto, his navy sleeves shifting like storm signals, while Prince Harry perched with persistent poise, woolen coat a calm counter to the coiling clouds. Savannah Guthrie bridged with a nod to the bid's community lift. "Harry, Birmingham's buzzing, jobs, joy. What's the one event that'll echo eternal?" Harry obliged, voice steady with soldier's steel, sketching vivid visions of sitting volleyball in repurposed mills, his passion palpable as applause pattered from the plaza perimeter, Hoda Kotb beaming at the brilliant blueprint. But Al, his forecast flare flaring like a front on radar, eased a tablet into the tableau, its screen scrolling squalls storming spare as, selective squalls, blueprints, brilliant, but forecasts have fronts. Your games gleam global, yet spare fronted fury, Camilla's, Crow, Cause, Williams' wedding whirlwinds. Admirers applaud the advocate, but analysts argue it's amplified angst over authentic atonement. Harry's home halls for Invictus Sans full family fanfare, as this clearing skies, are clouding the comeback. The cloud cloaked cuttingly, the gallery's hum honing into hushed heat, a smattering of oohs from the onlookers weaving with wary whispers as Harry's cufflinks gleamed, his tone tempering like tea on the tempest, clouding. Al, the clouds were the crown, cloaking the chase that claimed Diana in the dark, cloaked us in crisis. Spare scattered the storm, games scatter the strength. Roker's rumble rolled rich but ragged. Strength, sure, but your strength spotlighted. Netflix narratives, memoir millions, now bids banking on British buy-in. I weathered hurricanes without a halo's help, your help's hefty, but some hail it's heftier for the hullabaloo it hawks. The hawk hit home, Craig's, let's keep it sunny, lost in the lilt as Harry's cheeks kindled, posture perking like a pressure drop, hawks. You hawk the haze, headlining the hate that hounded my mum to her grave, hounded me to horizons. Your hurricanes, hush the high-born hells, I'm bidding for the battered, not the bounty. The seats, plaza spots, splintered, Snickers sinking with steadfast shifts, Savannah's subtle side-eye a silent semaphore as Al leaned closer, undaunted, his timbre thickening, battered. Or battering, bidding bridges while branding brothers, that's the bid some bid is two-faced tenacity. Harry's hand hovered, cufflinks luminous like lightning, two-faced. The faces are the facades, hosts harmonizing with the hounds that hounded us. This isn't mourning, it's a masked maelstrom. Gasps gilded the gathering, the plaza's positivity shredding as X blazed in the booth with hashtag Harry vs Al alerts from angled apps, memes of Roker's tablet as Truth Thunder, thundering against Harry's cufflinks as Duke Damper. The tilt wasn't tame, it was a tempest of Roker's resilient realism testing Harry's tempered tenacity, every ellipsis an ember edging the exchange toward the eruption that would exhale the episode into explosive eternity. The plaza's precipice plummeted into pandemonium as the clock crested 8:58 a.m., Al Roker rocketing to his robust rise, tablet toppling like a tipped tempest, his navy frame filling the frame with folksy fury, maelstrom. Perhaps, but maelstroms without the wider watch widen the whirlwind. I've watched weather without the world's watch, your watches wave from wellness webinars. Today gleams grit, not griped in grudge gardens. You're done here, no more ducal decibels drowning the dawn. Harry harnessed his heritage, heaving to his height with heroic heft, Mike unmasked with a misty manifesto, done. Your dawn's dimmed by derision, deriding despair for demographics. Viewers, venture voices that validate, not vanquish. The gathering geysered into gale force glee and grief, a whirlwind of, Al's anchoring it. And, Harry, hold the horizon, Gizmo's a gauntlet of grabbed glares as he hastened toward the haze's hem, strides a stanza of sovereignty, his blue blaze boring into the lens, today. More like today's tantrum, good morning, greet with grace, not gale. Strahan, stunned in the storm, stammered a stay. Harry, hold the high ground, but Al, unyielding in the uproar, unleashed the ultimatum, Gale. Guards, guide him out, today's no terrace for tantrum tales, we've therapies without the thunder. The invocation invoked interveners from the interstices, the hullabaloo hitting hurricane heights and hurrahs and hisses, Guthrie's, Al, anchor it, adrift in the ado as Melvin's mellow merged to mundane segments on muffins and mindfulness. Upheaval unfurled unbound. X appended with hashtag Al kicks Harry hurtling to heavenly heights, hijacked highlights harvesting hectadons by high noon, memes of Roker's tablet as Truth Thunder, thundering against Harry's mic as Duke Decibel. NBC's networks netted under ire influxes, Invictus's inflows inflating in indignation irony, Harry's horizon homage, a hazy horizon, captioned, bids beyond barbs, ensnaring empires. Roker, resilient in the rift, reflected to the quiet, morning's mend, mates, truth's the tonic, his exhale, at Prince Harry, reprise. No hard horizon, heralding heresy hives from host harmonies to ducal devotees. Tabloids from TMZ to the Post pummeled the pandemonium, Duke derailed, Roker's resilient rip, dissecting the kick, in kinetic keyframes, Meghan's missive a muted, my mainstay, Palace prattle preening at Sussex sunrises. Yet yonder the yowl, a yearning yarn yielded. This wasn't network nonsense but a nexus of newscasters' nudge on nobility's narrative, Roker's resilient realism raising Harry's rooted resolve in a riptide of media motifs, motive masked by melee, metal mauled for metrics. Sponsors like Serenity Solutions spiked, today's triumph towering, but the twinge throbbed, a throbbing thesis on talk's tangle, kicking not the crescendo but the coda's critique. As Times Square's ticker teased twilight, the tussle tailored a testament. In the dais of dawn dispatches, ejections exalt the ejected, Harry's haughty hike a hymn of heroism over hazing, hailing a huckster-hungry horde to hail hard over the heartless hurrah of humiliation in the hodgepodge of hot-take havens.